Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
What is up, guys? Andres here for First Cut. I'm here to talk about episode 4 of Steve McQueen's Small Axe series. Now, obviously, this series has been talked about quite a bit when it comes to the differentiation between a movie or a series. Now, I personally feel like these are actually individual films. Obviously, there's a through line throughout all of them. But in episode 4, we get to the story of Alex Wheatle. Now, Alex Wheatle is an orphan who grew up in the London area, in the UK area, and he was one of the founding members of the DJ movement. A central portion of it is a lot to do with the music and how that goes hand in hand with the protests during the racial tensions that were happening in the UK during that time period. Now, this is a critical point in history, obviously, when it comes to UK history, but cinematically, it works really well because of the story of triumph that Alex has, overcoming what he has in his past, realizing who he is as a person and realizing where he's come from to the place that where he can go. We pick up when he starts out in jail and he learns from the person that is there with him what exactly his story is. There's actually a really great scene when he's starting to break down and he's realizing that he doesn't know who he is because he has these conflicting histories of where he comes from, of who he is, because he is an orphan. A lot of this has to do obviously with the racial tensions during that time period. But what I found so refreshing is this idea of the system that is in place in the UK during this time period, that the system is the one that stands against Alex Wheatle. And it's a system that reinforces racial stereotypes and racism, frankly. And it doesn't allow for people to rise up within that system. And what Alex realizes at the end of this film is that education and learning and reading and discovering new things and from different cultures and different people is the best way to fight back. And I thought that was such a fascinating concept and a fascinating point. Besides that, I feel like a lot of this is always going to be reliant on Steve McQueen's filmmaking. And that just the direction as far as the cinematography, but when it comes to the music, when it comes to the acting, when it comes to everything else that's surrounding a film, Steve McQueen knows what he's doing. And I feel like that is seen throughout this entire film. There's a shot in the movie early on when you see Alex getting tied up in basically a straitjacket and tossed on the ground. And when he's tossed on the ground, the camera slowly moves up towards him and slowly moves back. And it's just a still shot of his face with basically no emotion, but it tells you so much. It basically tells you that one thing, one quick moment, one quick action that Alex has, and all of a sudden he's labeled as something else and put in a straitjacket, and his entire life is one giant label that the British government and the British system has against him. So I feel like this is a way to communicate that in just one still shot that Steve McQueen does so well. Overall, this film is really incredible. It's another incredible installment inside the Small Axe series, which I find to be one of the most exciting series inside this year of 2020. And I think each movie has its own story and it communicates similar themes of race in the UK and racism in the UK, and how each individual system, whether it's the policing system, whether it's the education system, or whether it's the social services system or the orphanage system, that it seems to be very much against people of color and very much against black people in the UK. So I'm very, very happy that Steve McQueen decided to do this, because I think it's a very important thing to talk about. And it's a very interesting thing that makes a topic for a great movie. And obviously Alex Wheatle is a perfect example of that. So either way, guys, if you enjoyed that review, please like this video and subscribe to First Cut if you haven't done so already. You can follow us at First Cut TMO. You can follow me at Squad Leader Race. And you can go back and rewatch this film and watch the other series, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. What is your favorite film inside the series? Let me know in the comments down below. Either way, guys, for the First Cut crew, I'm peacing out. Peace.
Don't you dare laugh. With the 4/5 divide you in half. You getting at me equals a bloodbath. Only one can remain. It's either me or you. Only one can remain.